Hello, and welcome to a special edition of Up Close on METV. I'm Charles Clapsaddle, Station Manager for Manatee Educational Television. And on today's program, we have some very special guests. Aside from the 5 people who are participating, we have 2 wonderful animals that we want to kind of showcase today. On this program, we're going to be featuring 2 great organizations, Bishop Animal Shelter and the Manatee County Humane Society, and talk about the wonderful adoption programs that they have available. So joining us today is Amy Vandell, the Executive Director of the Manatee County Humane Society. Amy, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Charles.
We also have Lisa Chitterow, who is with the Assistant State Attorney for the State Attorney's Office. Lisa, thank you for joining us again.
Thanks for having me, Charles.
And we have Rebecca Neal, who is the President of the Board of Directors for the Manatee County Humane Society. Rebecca, thank you for joining us, and you have a guest with you.
I do, yes. This is actually my dog, Patches, and he was a shelter alumni from the Richmond SPCA about 13 years ago, and he started out as a foster dog, and he's still here today. So
he's a beautiful, beautiful dog.
Thank you.
Now, right next to Rebecca, we have Gail Judah. Gail, you are the shelter manager for Bishop Animal Shelter, and you have a special guest with you.
Yes, this is BB. She's 6 years old, and she's up for adoption at the shelter.
It's a beautiful dog. Now, BB's what, about 6, you said?
Yep, she's 6 years old. She came in June. They adopted her 4 years ago from us and brought her back because they couldn't keep her anymore.
Well, I'm just saying, but she's a beautiful dog. And we're going to talk more about the adoption procedures and the availability of Bishop in just a moment. Okay. And last but certainly not least, we have Commissioner John Chappie, who's joining us as well to talk about a very special event that you have coming up. Commissioner, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Charles.
On this program today, we want to kind of focus on the availability of adoption and the importance of adoption, both from Bishop and the Humane Society. So, Amy, tell us a little bit about the adoption policies and availability at the Humane Society.
Well, we have lots of great pets, both dogs and cats, available for adoption at all times. Right now it's kitten season, so I have to stress that if anybody's looking for a kitten, this is an excellent time to get that little bundle of love that's only a kitten for a very short time into your home. And we have specials going on right now. We're taping here in July for the Independence Day special. We have specials every month. We're doing $17.76, which is the cost for an adult cat this month.
That's great.
Kittens are reduced to $25.
That's great.
Our normal adoption fee is $75 for dogs and puppies. And that's what we have. And we have plenty of availability for people to come by. If they already have a pet, they can bring their pet, their dog particularly, for a meet and greet.
Oh, that's a great idea.
And that's a great way to make sure that your new family member is going to get along with everybody and hopefully add a new family member.
Well, that's a great idea. Now, the pets that are available from you, where do you get those from? How does the Humane Society manage all these animals?
The Humane Society of Manatee County only gets adoptable animals one of 3 ways. Either the owner surrenders the animal, they can't keep them any longer. Of course, we try everything we can to help that owner retain their pet, but when they can't and they surrender it, and lots of times there's things beyond their control. We also get pets that are brought in as strays in the neighborhood, by community people. And we also go to Manatee County Animal Shelter, Manatee County Animal Services, and transfer animals out whenever we have openings. So that's the only 3 ways that we get animals.
And there's a wide variety of animals that are available.
Oh, yes.
All
different
ages.
breeds, all different types, sizes, ages, temperaments, colors.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a wide variety.
And Gail, what about you? Tell us a little bit about Bishop Animal Shelter and the animals that you have available.
We have cats and dogs for adoption. Our cats, everything's $60. Cats, dogs, puppies, or kittens. They're all spayed and neutered. Shots are all current. Dogs are tattooed in the right inner thigh for permanent identification, and then
Great
they're
idea.
also microchipped. The cats are all microchipped, heartworm tested, and feline leukemia tested. So for $60. Fridays, we have Feline Fridays, so our cats are $30 on Fridays.
And you have a wide variety
We
as
have
well.
a wide variety. Right now, 146 cats in adoption.
Wow.
And we got about 52 dogs right now in adoption.
Yeah, that's
from
excellent.
5-pound dogs up to 100-pound dogs.
That's
So.
brilliant. If they're all as well behaved as BB, that'd be a great thing.
Yep, she's one of our favorites. She gets along with every dog. She's my dog tester. So
Ah.
if somebody is looking at a dog and they want to know how they are with other dogs, we'll bring her up to test them with her.
That's excellent.
So she does really good with everybody.
Now, Rebecca, tell us, a little bit, as the president of the board of directors for the Humane Society, it's really important that people know about the adoption policies and what is available out there. But it's also important for them to know about spay and neutering as well. Tell us a little bit about, from your perspective, the importance of the work that the Humane Society does.
Well, sure. Yeah, spay and neuter is very important, and it's really the other side of adoption. Whereas adoption, we're really reacting to the problem of a homeless animal. We need to find that animal a home. Spay and neuter is prevention and preventing animals from becoming homeless, and so it's extremely important. Because it has a very high impact on animals in your community. And not only is spay and neuter important, but making it available financially to people who wouldn't otherwise be able to afford it. So the Humane Society is fortunate enough to have a full-time spay and neuter clinic. We're open Monday through Friday, and we take somewhere around 30 cats or dogs a day.
Wow.
And so we're able to create a lot of impact that way. We're open to the public. Also, we do a lot for other rescue organizations, so we're able to help them out as well. And then, of course, our own animals, too.
So let me just talk about spay and neutering for a minute. As you said, it's a clear way for prevention of your litters and such. So if you're an individual and you have a dog and you need to get it spayed or neutered, but you can't afford it, can the Humane Society or Bishop help them out? I mean, Amy, if I came in with a dog and I said, well, we can't really afford it, so I want to just give the animal up, how can you help them?
Well, we have several grants. We seek grants all the time. We have some grants that are breed specific. We've been working on a 2-year PetSmart Charities. They're a wonderful organization that supports spay-neuter, and particularly for targeted breeds that are usually overpopulated in county shelters. And here, of course, it's pit bull type dogs. We've been in a grant with them for 2 years. The total that we will have completed is 450 over the past 2 years. And of course, when we spay or neuter those, we also strongly, and in fact in this grant, it requires a microchip. So that way when that dog possibly gets loose, gets picked up by an animal services officer, it gets right back to its home as opposed to even having to go into the shelter. The animal shelter process that saves taxpayers money, saves time, and saves that owner having to go down and redeem that pet.
Well, that's a great idea. It makes it a lot more convenient for people and easier to deal with. Now, Gail, do you have the same policies or something similar?
We don't have the spay-neuter clinic. If people do come in and they are looking for spay-neutering, first place we tell them to try is the Humane Society because of the low-cost spay-neuter program and the different grants that they get. So we try to make the shelter the last resort for bringing in an animal.
Well, let me ask you just to follow up with one of the questions I asked Amy. How do you receive your animals? Where do they come from?
Primarily, they are pre-owned animals. People are giving them up BB. They just couldn't keep her anymore.
Right.
Allergies. Then we have some crazy reasons. We had a cat get turned in because it didn't match the color of the new couch.
Really?
Yeah. So crazy reasons. We do take in strays. So we do have some of the strays. And then,
it's a happy dog.
yeah, she is. She's very happy. So that's our ways of taking in animals.
Oh, and so the availability, both at the Humane Society and at Bishop, is quite extensive. I mean, throughout the course of a year, there are animals that are available.
There are. We refer to each other all the time, as well as the other rescue organizations, as well as, of course, Manatee County Animal Services. We really want to encourage people to at least try to adopt first, before you go shopping for a pet. And the rescue organizations, some of the breed-specific rescues, can have that pet exactly what you're looking for.
Right. And there's so many great animals, young and old, that are available, both cats and dogs that are available to meet almost everyone's requirements. They're looking for a nice docile pet or something that's active or maybe something that's a little older. So Rebecca, when you got Patches here, how old was Patches? Just a baby?
No, he was full grown. He was probably a year old at that point. So yeah, so I'm not really certain how old he is, but you can see at even at 14, he's still a great dog, and so people definitely should not overlook older dogs.
And I must point out, and it's really a good thing, that he's kind of a special needs dog. He's deaf.
He is.
And he's blind in one eye.
In the one eye that he has. He can see a little bit, but that's about it.
But there's animals out there that do have special needs, and they require a certain type of individual, to provide that home and that care for them. And I think that's really to be applauded for people to undertake a special needs animal like this, and it's really a great story. Now, BB doesn't seem to have those issues, because it's a perfectly happy dog.
She's very content.
Is very content, and I think it's really good that people can go there and see that these animals are great for families, great for if you have children or if you're a senior. There's all sorts of variety of animals that are available there.
Right. We've got animals that have been there a week now. We've got a dog that's been there a year and a half, one going on 2 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're going to match them up with the right owners.
Well, it's a great organization. Both Bishop and the Humane Society are great organizations that not only require, people to understand and be aware of the services and resources that they have, but also for your community support as well.
Exactly.
And that's where we come to Commissioner Chappie and Assistant State Attorney Lisa Chitterow. Now, one of the great things in this community is that people are always wanting to do a lot for this community. And Ms. Chitterow and Commissioner Chappie are going to do a very special event. And Commissioner, could you tell us a little bit about this that's coming up and how you came up with this idea?
Well, I didn't come up with quite the idea, but Lisa and I have done a parachute jump before to raise awareness for the Anna Marie Island Community Center, and we wanted to do another one, at least one more, probably more after that. But so we were just talking with our friends at Bishop and Humane Society, and said, we could parachute for you guys just to bring awareness to your adoption program and to the needs that your groups have, and all the groups here in Manatee County. They're always under a lot of strain to raise dollars and funds to help take care of these animals, especially the special needs animals that they have.
And to create a greater sense of awareness.
Absolutely, absolutely. So to us it was the right fit. Right opportunity and right organizations here in Manatee County to do a parachute jump to bring that awareness.
Of all the things you could have suggested to do, you picked a parachute jump to participate in, and it's really remarkable. Now, Ms. Chitterow, this is your second jump, is that correct?
Jump, fall, trip, yes. It'll be the second.
And tell us why you wanted to create this kind of special event.
Working at the state attorney's office and being in the animal white collar fraud division, it's basically threefold. It is community outreach, raising awareness, assisting with the investigations of crimes, animal abuse and fraud, and then prosecuting the offenders. The event that in John calling me and asked me to parachute, and for this event, this is part of the raising the awareness for the animal welfare, is to once again jump out of a plane.
A perfectly good airplane, to put that. So on August 23rd, you and Commissioner Chappie are going to go in a plane, and you're going to be jumping over Bishop Animal Shelter and landing in Bishop Animal Shelter. Is that correct?
That's the plan.
Yeah, that's the plan. Theoretically, it's a very good plan. Now, Gail, at Bishop, you have an extensive grounds and everything where they're going to be landing. Yes. Is that correct?
Yes, we have 40 acres. We've got a couple open lots for them to land in. And we just want to bring awareness to the animal welfare organizations out there, and have them come and support the jump and watch them land on our property and get some adoption and awareness out for the rescues and the shelters.
But the whole day, the day, and we're going to talk about some of the other events during the course of the day, is built around creating that sense of awareness about animal adoption and fostering perhaps. And so during the day, you're going to have vendors out there. The Humane Society is going to be represented. You're bringing out some animals for people to take a look at, Amy, is that correct?
That's right. We're going to be out there from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. It's pretty hot at this time of the year, so you can't have adoptables out for too long. Also, you never know when it's going to rain. But the morning is fairly safe, and so we're going to invite rescue organizations. I know Gail's already working on that.
Yep.
They want to come out and bring some adoptables out for a little show and
great
tell.
idea.
We'll have some animals out there, of course. I know we're going to have some refreshments. We'll need, of course, water for the dogs and shade, and we hopefully will just all be there for a big celebration when these two come floating down.
Well, floating down, that's a great thing. Now, Gail, you do Christmas, what is the Canine Christmas?
Canine Christmas.
And that's a tremendous success there. You have a lot of great turnout, families come and everything. So this is kind of very similar. You want to encourage people to come out, take a look at the animals that are available,
Exactly.
Learn more about Bishop and the Humane Society, and also by doing this, they're supporting adoptions countywide.
Exactly, because we will have the other rescues and the shelters there. So it's not promoting just Bishop and the Humane Society. Everybody's going to be there to participate in it. And it's to get the animals adopted, the cats and the dogs. We're doing it for the animals.
So what are some of the other organizations that are going to participate?
We have everybody that's invited. I don't want to leave anybody out, but Honor, Lakewood Ranch Humane Society, Canine Castaways, thank you.
Good, good. And
Safe
they're kind of a
Haven.
small animal.
Exactly,
Right.
Gulf Shore Animal League.
Perfect. So it'll be a great turnout for a wide
Exactly.
variety of things. And I know from the Humane Society's perspective, it's really important for the community to know about all the great things not only the Humane Society does, but how the community can get involved. Would you agree, Rebecca?
Yes, definitely. And, Manatee County is lucky in the fact that we do have a lot of resources for animals and pet owners. So, but not everybody knows about them.
Right.
And not everybody understands the importance of the fundraising that we have to do to support those resources.
It's very important. I mean, and I would say to all of you here today that both Bishop and Humane, you have to feed animals, you have to care for them, you have to provide the services that animals require, and that is a constant sense of where you need the community's support. As a volunteer or as a donor or a business contribution, all of those things are important.
Exactly.
So from 10 to 12, you're going to have a kind of an adoption event at there, and then around 12 o'clock on August the 23rd, Mr. Chappie and Miss Chitterow will come out of the airplane.
Exactly.
And then
we'll
at
all be there.
12:01, they're on the ground. Right. And so, but that's a really significant thing for you to do that, and to take to risk, to dare, to do this on behalf of Animal Services. And hats off to both of you for doing this. It's really a great indicator of your feelings for this community.
Well, I appreciate that. It's I'm very happy to do it. I want to do it. Lisa wants to do it. Again, it's about bringing awareness to these great organizations that we have here in Manatee County, all the different resources that they were talking about that most people don't know about, or a lot of people don't know about it, and bringing that awareness. My dogs have always been adoption dogs, and the last one I got was from the Humane Society, and that was my buddy Rufus, and I was his third owner. So he had some issues that we dealt with, and he's turned out to be an amazing animal, amazing friend to me, especially to my mom. So
I think it's really important that any time that you can create a greater sense of awareness and kind of shine a light on the great things that the Humane Society and Bishop does, it just creates that sense of not only awareness of that there's great animals, cats, dogs, all ages, all sizes that are out there. But it'd be one thing if we had this nice adoption event from 10 to 12. You're jumping out of an airplane at 12. You're jumping, 12:01, and then, but then you have kind of something else that's going on, and you've really reached out, and you have some great community partners. And Amy, could you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, sure. We knew that after this big event, we were all going to be pretty,
Excited.
psyched up about it. And one of the things we really want to showcase, too, is that there's a lot of organizations that are working together. There's a great coalition of partners in animal welfare in Manatee County. There's a lot of efforts that sometimes people really don't know, the behind the scenes and the moving parts, whether it's the trap, neuter, and return program of cats that has had a huge impact on the reduction of euthanasia of cats in this area, along with the adoption events that we do together. We're going to have one coming up in October at Bayside Pet Resort. I'll make a little plug here. Again, that a lot of the rescues and animal services participated in, and we got like 20 dogs adopted that day. We just had a kitten adopt-a-thon, had 55 kittens adopted.
That's fantastic.
Basically just by kind of communicating our needs together. So this is just another way to do it. But after the event, after these two land safely, after jumping out of their perfectly good plane, Motorworks Brewery, new wonderful spot on 9th Street,
Exactly.
just up the road from the Humane Society, has offered to host a little after party for us.
Oh, wonderful.
Denise Cheetah there, the owner, is fabulous. She has a rescue dog herself, Princess. And so you will see Princess on flyers, on social media,
Excellent.
on our website saying, come on out to Motorworks. And they're going to have they're a pet-friendly establishment.
Exactly.
We'd like to help get the word out. So that's a place just like, in many places in England or wherever, you can take your dog and go to the bar and have a beer and go to the beautiful beer garden outdoors under the beautiful
it's to show
oak
your
tree.
support for Bishop and the Humane
Come out
Society
and show
at the
your
same
support, play some of the games. There's going to be some prizes and tournaments that you can participate in, so it should be a lot of fun.
Well, and I think, too, that's just an indicator of the great community partners that the Humane Society and Bishop have throughout the entire community. And I think, it's a day long, well, not a whole day long, so, up till 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a great way, to show your support for not only these fine organizations, but also to show your support for animals as well. So, and I think there'll be a lot of information available throughout the day, so if people want to find out how to adopt, or can they adopt, or what are the policies, both Bishop and the Humane Society will be there to answer questions.
Right. You bet. Yep.
And I think, having a little after-action thing at Motorworks not only shows that community spirit of things, and I believe that the owner was very, very supportive of your request for her to get proficiency. Absolutely, I want to show you that we're doing it. So we're kind of winding down a little bit here on time, and I want to go around the table a little bit and kind of ask for some different questions. And BB, we're going to start with you since you seem to have some comments. So
waiting.
So let me start with Ms. Chitterow, if I may. First of all, congratulations for doing this special event. I mean, it really is a great idea to come up with. It's unique, it's a little different, but as the Assistant State Attorney, that oversees animal abuse, you see a lot of things that are not very, very good. But you see a lot of things like this where the Humane Society and Bishop are going above and beyond to provide the best care and policies. So, is that kind of your reason for getting involved?
It is. This is probably the favorite part of my job, is when Mr. Brodsky was elected and created this division, is that under his leadership, is that we do have, and we've, as it's been talked about, is we've created community partners in all different sectors with the Manatee County Commissioners, different rescues, and within the community. So this is the nice part of the job, so I'm looking forward to it. It's nice to get out in the community and to do something to raise awareness for something that I think is very important.
I think it's a great idea, and I think you're going to have a tremendous. METV, we're going to be filming portions of this, your arrival and Mr. Chappie's arrival, and we're also going to document some of the things that are going on at Bishop during the day, because you always get a great turnout there when you do things.
Exactly.
And so, Gail, let me ask you, what do you want people to know about, how they can help get involved with Bishop, or some of the services that you have there?
Well, the main thing is get the word out for adoptions. Have people come in and check the shelters. we tell everybody if they leave our shelter without an animal, we give them a list of the other shelters to try.
What a great idea.
So just check shelters, check rescues. They get the Pet Pages magazine. It has a lot of the different rescues in it. That's our main goal, is to get the animals noted and get them adopted. So
and
they're
if
not in the
people want to
shelters.
find out, when you're viewing for animals or how to get in touch with you, how can they do that? We're going to put some information on the screen.
They can call the shelter at 792-2863. They come in and look anytime. Our hours are 9 to 4:30. We're closed Wednesdays and Sundays. And for the summer, up through the end of August, we are open till 6:30 on Mondays. Helps the people that are working come in and be able to adopt after hours. So.
And anybody can come in, they can take a look, they bring their families, see if they're going to get along with the children or something.
Bring your dogs in. If you have another dog, you want to see how dogs get along, bring your dog in. We have a cat there, so we can find out how the dogs are with cats.
Oh, good. That's a clever idea.
Yeah. He works there. He's our cat tester or our dog tester, so he does really good. And then for the event, it's just, help promote all the animal welfare groups out there.
Absolutely. So, Rebecca, as you put this together and you do the dog walk down to the river walk each year, which is a great turnout for the Humane Society. It's gotten bigger and bigger each successive year. But this is really important for the Humane Society as well, to kind of show this partnership with the other animal services providers around there. What do you want people to know, not only about the Humane Society, but about the special event as well?
Well, the first thing is that we owe a humongous thanks to Lisa and to Commissioner Chappie for even offering this great opportunity. I mean,
absolutely.
We are thrilled. It's going to be such a fun day. We're all really looking forward to it. So yeah, I think that's the biggest thing.
It is, to have two people of their stature to say, you know what, I'm going to jump out of an airplane for, the Bishop and the Humane Society. I think that's pretty important.
So you'll be on the ground?
I will be on the ground with all the animals that are for adoption. Yes.
And I think that's a great place, Commissioner Chappie, this is a great thing. You've always been a great animal supporter, great, supporter of the services that both Bishop and the Humane Society play. This is really an important thing. It's going to be a fun day, but at the same time, you want people to have a sense of awareness that there's animals that are available for adoption.
Absolutely. There are a lot of animals out there. They need your help, and residents in Manatee County, they can choose and make a difference and help one of these animals and visit one of the rescues, pick out a nice animal, and add a new member to their family. So, and as Lisa said, this is one of the nice things with this event. It's outreaching to the community, it's talking with people, getting to meet new friends.
Exactly.
And the message is a great message, and it's a message to me about how we really care here in Manatee County about our animals, about our people, about our community. So my hat's off to all these rescue organizations that we have here in Manatee County. So thank you.
And Manatee County is a very giving community.
Absolutely.
And the more awareness that you create in the community to say, hey, listen, we have great animals, cats, dogs, older dogs, kittens, everything that are available, people will respond to that.
Yes.
The one question I had for you and Ms. Chitterow is that do you think that this could be an annual event? So you don't have to answer that right now, but think about it. That could be So Amy, as we wind down here a little bit, as the Humane Society, kind of with Bishop, have put this wonderful event together. But the bigger picture is that each and every day, you and Bishop have animals that are available for adoption, and you just want people to come in and take advantage of looking there and finding out how that one animal can perhaps go home with them.
Exactly, and just like Gail said, all of the animals at the Humane Society, when you adopt from us, they are going to be either spayed or neutered,
right,
microchipped, vaccinated, totally vetted and ready to go. And that's that's really why we need the help, because those costs always exceed the cost of our adoption fees, and we do many specials. So I also want to thank them very much for this idea. We met and talked about this, and we thought, wow, we were brainstorming parachuting for paws, parachuting for pets. We went online to Google it. Boy, they're doing it all over the place. You think you're original, but there's nothing that unique. But I was going to mention if maybe we can make this an annual event, and we'll get some more public officials to want to jump out of planes too, and we'll do it even bigger and better. And of course, we want to thank Skydive Sarasota for being willing to participate. And I know that took Gail a lot of logistics to figure out exactly. Worked with them and
test the wind, see which way it's going.
that this is not different. This is not landing on the beach in Sarasota. This is a little different. So we appreciate their input too. And just if I can encourage anybody who knows somebody who has a litter of puppies or something, make sure that they get spayed or neutered before you start passing them out. Tell them about the Humane Society. Tell them to come in. Even when we don't have grants that for your specific type of dog, we're very low cost, and you'll make sure that that animal is not going to have an unwanted
and they can go to a home that a loving home that they're safe in. I must point out though, on the parachute jump, you're jumping as a tandem with an experienced diver, skydiver with you.
Absolutely.
So that's the key element there. Down the road perhaps you can do an individual one, but you're each jumping with an experienced skydiver with you. Well, it's a wonderful event. Let's go through the details one more time for the thing. It's August the 23rd, and people are invited to come to Bishop Animal Shelter between 10 and 12 for like an adoption fair.
An adoption event.
And there'll be a lot of different organizations with different animals there.
Exactly.
Some material for people to get some background about how they can adopt or what's available, etc. So from 10 to 12, that's going to go on there on the grounds, beautiful grounds of Bishop Animal Shelter. 12 o'clock or thereabouts. Both Commissioner Chappie and Ms. Chitterow will be jumping out of an airplane to kind of bring attention to adoption. And then once you land safely, then you're going to have kind of an after party at Motorworks Brewery right on 9th Street from like 1 to 3. So it really, that whole day is bringing a sense of awareness, a sense of community to the issue of animal adoptions. And you're all to be really congratulated for this, for the leadership that you have, for the services that you provide. And if all these dogs that are available are as well behaved as BB and little Patches here, there's a lot of great animals out there for adoption. So any final comments, Amy? Anything last to say?
Well, I just want to say I know we'll be doing a public service announcement too that people will be seeing with some more details about this event. And of course, we just want everybody to go ahead and donate to the animal welfare organization of their choice.
Right. And
we really want to show that we all work together and that all the organizations need funding to be able to get their pets ready to be adopted.
Right, and I would say to people in the community, perhaps you're an animal lover and an animal supporter, and you're not ready to have a pet. You can't adopt one, but there's other ways that you can help and be supportive of the animal service. That might be through a donation, might be through volunteer work, or it might be as simple as buying a bag of dog food or cat food for it. So I would encourage everyone in the community to come out and find out more how they can come and see Parachute for Paws, August 23rd at Bishop Animal Shelter. It's going to be a wonderful event with Ms. Chitterow and Commissioner Chappie jumping out of an airplane with a day of activities to follow. I want to thank Commissioner Chappie and Ms. Chitterow, first of all, for doing this.
You actually have the easy part.
It
is actually the easy part.
All we have to do is fall out of a plane.
And that's not hard. It's pretty easy. But I want to thank Rebecca Neal and Gail Judah and Amy Vandell for also joining us. And if you want to find out more information how you can participate or how you can contribute or even find out how you can help either of these great animal facilities, contact them and they'll be sure to give you some information. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Up Close on METV.